Don't let me stray. Please guide my way onto the path of my deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, I'm calling your name. Oh, Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk on your favorite channel, Huda TV. I'm your host, Arqam Rashid. Each and every one of us will live for a certain amount of time. None of us know how long that time is. But what we all do agree on is that that time is limited. The most we can do to reach our potential within that time period is to use our time wisely. And the best way to do that is to manage and organize our time. On tonight's episode, we will discuss the importance of time management, and we will discuss different ways in which we can organize our time and which we can overcome obstacles that get in the way of our plans. So I'm going to start off as usual by letting my guests introduce themselves, and then we'll get into our conversation. So if I could start with my right brother, if you can give us your name, where you're from, just a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum first. My name is Abdullah Shahata. I'm from Egypt.
All right, welcome Abdullah to the show.
My pleasure. I just graduated from the Faculty of Languages and Translation, Islamic Studies in English, Al-Azhar University.
All right, congratulations on your graduation also.
That was last year, by the way.
Okay, so it's not just, it's about a year now.
But thank you.
All right, brother, if you can give us your name, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Abdul Mu'izz Abdul Halim, and I'm from Malaysia. And I'm in the 4th year of Faculty of Translation, Languages and Translation. And actually I'm his junior. This is my last year.
You'll be graduating
Inshallah by next
this coming year.
Yes.
Okay, so where in Malaysia are you from?
Well, I'm coming from the capital city, which is Kuala Lumpur.
All right.
And yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your city. How is it compared to Egypt?
Well,
what was that laugh? That laugh
noisy ones, yeah, that I can come up with. Yeah, Egypt is noisy, whereas Malaysia is...
So will you be leaving Egypt after you finish your program?
Well, actually, this is the thing that I've been thinking of. I may be pursuing my studies in masters here, but
it's not.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
it's
yet.
not certain.
All right. Well, once again, I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. If I can go here, brother, if you can give us your name, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself, what you're doing here in Egypt. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdullah Ali. I'm from South Africa.
All right, welcome Abdullah to the show.
Shukran.
Where in South Africa are you from?
I'm from the city of Cape Town.
City of Cape Town. All right, tell us a little bit about Cape Town. I heard the food there is good.
Yeah, it's good. Cape Town is the mother city. The mother city.
All right. Well, how are you finding it compared to Egypt?
It's
or
really
how are you
different.
finding Egypt compared to Cape Town?
Egypt is different. Cape Town is different. The culture is nice to get to know how the people live and different cultures. It's really good.
And you're studying at Al-Azhar?
Yes, I'm studying the University of Sharia Islamiyah, University Al-Azhar, and I'm currently in 3rd year.
Currently in 3rd year. All right, I want to welcome you once again to the show.
Shukran.
Brother, if you can give us your name, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself. Go ahead.
My name is Ibrahim Harani. I'm from Germany, and I'm studying in Egypt, also in the Faculty of Sharia Islamiyah, in the 2nd year.
In the 2nd year. All right, Ibrahim, I want to welcome you to the show. What city in Germany are you from?
It's a small town. It's
a small town.
in the south of Germany. It's called Villingen-Schwenningen.
I don't even know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry.
Alhamdulillah. It's close. It's very close to Stuttgart. If you know Stuttgart.
Yes.
Stuttgart is maybe famous because of football.
No, I mean, I know Munich and Frankfurt and Berlin, that's it. All right, once again, I want to welcome you to the show, and I want to also ask you, how are you finding Egypt compared
Egypt
to...
is, what I like about Egypt is the Islamic environment, that you hear the adhan, because in Germany it's like you don't hear, or you don't see nothing about Islamic environment, just only inside the masjid. And here you hear the adhan and you see Muslims, and alhamdulillah, this is the thing I enjoy about Egypt.
Is the environment, the Islamic environment.
No.
Also, Islam is not a recognized religion in Germany, correct?
No, correct.
Unfortunately. All right. Once again, I want to welcome you to the show. Now, before we begin the program, I want you guys to quickly watch this short clip.
Here are some must-know time management tools. In order to make more money, you must produce more. This is why I'm going to tell you today about these easy time management tools you can use to stay focused and get more done. Now, there are two major sources of value in the world of work today. The first is time, and the second is knowledge. Today, time is the currency of modern business. By using these techniques, you will put yourself on the fast track to success. The most important measure of time is duration, or speed. The most important quality that you can develop with regard to time is a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency is the habit of moving fast when an opportunity presents itself to you. Develop a bias for action. Fast tempo is essential to success. All successful people not only work hard, but they work fast. Now, everyone must stay focused on reducing the amount of time that it takes to get the same results. Customers will pay dearly for anyone who can reduce the time needed to get them the products and services that they want. People will pay more for someone who can satisfy their needs faster than someone else. Now, procrastination is not only the thief of time, it is also the thief of life. To outperform your competition, both inside and outside your organization, you must develop the time management habit of moving quickly when something needs to be done. You must develop a reputation for speed and dependability. The wonderful advantage of developing a sense of urgency and the habit of moving fast is that the faster you move, the better you get. This is because the faster you move, the more experience you get. The faster you move, the more you learn, and the more competent you become. The faster you move, the more energy and enthusiasm you have. People who move fast as a way of life soon develop a totally different temperament and personality than people who move slowly or who take a casual attitude toward their work. My friend Jim Rohn used to say, casualness brings casualties. In its simplest terms, successful people are more productive than unsuccessful people. Successful people have better habits. They dream bigger dreams. They work from written goals. They stay focused on what they need to get done. They do what they love to do, and they concentrate on getting better and better at it. They use their natural abilities to the fullest. They're continually generating ideas to solve problems and to achieve company goals. They focus on using every minute of their time to get maximum results.
Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed that short video clip. Now I want to start off by asking you, brother, what are your thoughts on that video?
Yes, it's a very good video, by the way, and the only thing new I found about this video is doing something fast. I think it's kind of new for me because, yes, organizing yourself, your goals, it's already known before, should be known for you. But doing it like with speed, doing it fast, it's very important because, say for example, I want to finish this book within 1 month, and it should be just 1 week. So it is not a good time management if you do in 1 month
when you could have done it in a week. And do 4 books.
Exactly, and doing this with speed and etc. It makes you more ambitious and give you like all the time energetic, enthusiasm, and want to get the job done in a shorter period and then to move to another step, to the next step in your achievements in your life. I think it's very important to the time management.
Alright, that was a very good point you took from there. Brother, if you could share your thoughts on the video.
My thoughts will be, well, there's a famous English saying, if I'm not mistaken, time is money.
Time
is money, right? And of course, from this video, I could get that he's talking about the importance of the times, and that, for instance, I have this my friend, but he was in Malaysia right now. He graduated last year and just went back, I think two months ago. He was working with some of the Egyptian companies in the area of a business, and then his customer service, something like that. No, he's a dealer or something like that, and he has to deal with a businessman who's coming from China. And of course, and that time he slept and forgot that he has the deal, to get done. and then suddenly his boss fired it. His boss get angry with him.
The least he can do.
That's the least I can do. Yeah. So time here, I want to stress about that. Time is very important, and we have to preserve it.
All right, a good point there. Brother, if you can share your thoughts on the video.
I think the man made some quite very good points where he said that time is the key to time management is the key to success. What amazed me about this video is that when he said that people that manage their time well, they don't just stop at that. They're always trying to get better. They're always trying to do more in a shorter period of time. So it doesn't just stop by you having a list and managing your time correctly and I'm done. You should always try and get better, and that's why they say that time is the currency in business.
Yeah.
So that's what I took out of the video.
All right, very good. Brother, can I get your thoughts on the video?
Now I think time management is very important, that you organize your day and you organize your work. But he was saying like the faster you do anything, the better you get in doing this thing. So this I don't agree with him 100%ly, because there are things they just need to made by it just takes its own time. For example, in Salah, we have it in Islam. If you make your Salah as fast as you can, your Salah maybe Allah will not accept it. So your work has to take its time, but inside this time your whole work should be organized.
But I don't think he was actually speaking about, for example, praying quickly. I think what he meant, like, for example, if you have to pray Asr, instead of procrastinating and leaving it to the end of time, you get it done with, you do it on time.
Also, what I think he meant was that we should differentiate between managing time in business and managing time in religion, and managing time, when it comes to family. So each one has different, rules, ways of approaching it, and different time sets for it. That's what.
Another thing he mentioned, and it actually got my attention, was he said there's two currencies mainly. One is time. He said the first is time, and the second is knowledge. Now, when I actually thought about this after he said it, no matter how much knowledge you have, if you have no time left, that knowledge is, gone. If your life is over, that knowledge is gone, no matter how much knowledge it is. So he said the first currency is time, then knowledge, because you can have all the knowledge, but if you have no time, what do you guys think?
Definitely, yes. If, as you just said, time and knowledge. If you don't have knowledge and have a lot of time, what are you going to do in this time?
Yeah.
You just sit and do nothing.
That really caught my attention when he said that.
That's a good point. If you just have, without knowledge, you just be sitting doing nothing, or being just ordinary, it's not that successful person. But if you have that knowledge and you have enough time to spread this knowledge and teach other people and to achieve upon the knowledge that you have, it's a very good thing.
Okay, what about, give me some of the benefits for time management. Go ahead, you guys. What do you guys
that you will, at the end of the day, you will get to do more things. If you organize your time, if we say just per day, you get a time management for your day, an organization or a schedule or something like this, then you will
get more done throughout the day.
You will have more things being done than without time management.
That's a very good point. What do you think?
I think that if you manage your time correctly and manage it well, you will end up feeling content and successful. Doesn't matter what the outcome of what your action or what the thing you are doing is. So that's about what the benefit of time.
All right, I like both of those benefits. You get more done, and
you feel more content because
at the end of the day that I've accomplished this. Now tomorrow you look forward to accomplishing more.
I think two benefits upon Abdullah's saying. I think there's two things. If you have time management, you will plan to just set some goals to achieve these goals. And if you don't have any plans, if you do have plans but without time management, you will make sure by organizing these things that you will do these plans. So say for example that you don't have any plans. But if you just sit to make some time management, this organization of your time management will make you think of plans and goals to achieve
that you
in a certain
achieve.
It will make you think of that. So this is if you have plans but you don't have, if you don't have plans but you have time management. And the other way around, which is you do have plans, but you don't just organize for that. You don't have kind of schedule or managing this when to do that and that. So you be like, okay, I want to do 1, 2, 3, but without making this in a schedule at a certain point of time to achieve such and such, you will end up doing nothing. Day after day that you
keep procrastinating and leaving it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. So you end up just leaving these goals and just being in the 0 point, the square of your place.
What do you think? What are some of the benefits?
Well, I think there are many benefits relating to the time management, but well, the benefits that, in my opinion, is that it reduces stress.
That's a very good one.
Right. For instance, that if, for instance, we don't control the time, we don't manage our time properly, we will feel pressed, right?
Yeah, you always feel pressured and stressed out. Oh man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this.
And this press will lead you to frustration, and this is not good for your health, actually. So, with time management, inshallah, properly organized, we will be more, we will reduce our stresses. Yes.
No, so there's a good point you made there. You said, it's part of your health also, so it'll keep somebody healthy, and then like the video said, it'll also keep you successful. Now I want to link time management to Islam. What's the relation between time management and organizing your time and our religion? If you guys
In our religion, we have the biggest goal is paradise.
Yeah.
And our life is the time we have to work for it. So the whole thing is like built on...
The whole thing is built on
the
time we're given.
Now, because we have one goal, sorry, we have a goal, and we have to work for it in our life. And also in this life, we have to work for our life, for our family, and for... Now, so there has to be a time management to work for both at the same time.
All right, that's a very good one. Can you share your thoughts on the connection between Islam and time management?
In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ.
Before you quote that, I'm going to hold you for a second. We got a phone call from Brother Yasser from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. I'm good, alhamdulillah. It's wonderful to hear from you all from this wonderful channel. You're doing a great beneficial for this ummah. May Allah jazakum Allah khair.
All right, thank you, and I want to thank you for joining us here tonight and calling in.
No problem, brother. It's my pleasure.
All right, thank you, Brother Yas. Yes.
Well, first of all, I would like to comment about today's topic, time management.
Sure.
I'd like to say, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he placed his hands on the shoulder of Abdullah ibn Umar, and he told him, "Be in this dunya as if you were a stranger. Don't get attached." It means don't get attached to every little thing in this dunya because it does not matter. There are a lot of stuff that is like much more important than like minor stuff like internet, like maybe you're having a problem, you can't organize your time with your work, with your family, with everything. So before everything, just try to place Allah before anything else. Be committed to your deen first, and then it will organize your daily activities. Wake up early in the morning and sleep early right after Isha time, because Rasulullah ﷺ said most of the blessings in the day is right during this period in the morning, after Fajr namaz till maybe like 6-7 a.m. in the morning. So please, I want everyone to take this time out to read Quran as much as they can. They will feel relieved, and they will their mind will be organized. They will know what will they do,
All right.
And that's for all.
All right. First, I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts with us here in the studio and with the viewers. Also, I want to thank you for calling in once again and joining our program. Okay. So the brother basically, he mentioned a very good point. He said, the Prophet ﷺ said, live in this world as if you're a stranger. And then he mentioned a point about praying, waking up for Fajr, and that means we have to wake up early, and sleeping after Isha. And it's from, we know that the Ashab of the Prophet ﷺ, the companions of the Prophet ﷺ used to do this. They used to wake up in the morning and then sleep early. And this in itself is a form of time management. What do you guys think?
Yes, definitely.
It's a very good method. You wake up early, and then you have a certain, it's a schedule within itself.
Yes, it's there's another saying by the Prophet ﷺ. It's in Arabic, بُورِكَ لِأُمَّتِي فِي بُكُورِهَا, which means the early my ummah will work, the more blessed the action will be or the more beneficial for them. So the blessing is with the early morning, after Fajr directly.
Yeah. And also another thing, I don't know, it helps me organize my time, is the 5 prayers throughout the day. I don't know if it, I usually set my plans according to okay, before Dhuhr I want to do these things, then from Dhuhr to Asr, this is what I'm going to do, from Asr to Maghrib. I set my schedule like that. What about you guys?
Yes, definitely. It's like the day is divided like 5.
Yeah, five pieces starting from Fajr.
And if you know the timing between each and you know what to do before Dhuhr or after Dhuhr, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, so before that phone call, Brother Abdullah, you were sharing with us the connection between Islam and time management. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, that verily mankind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by time. And the Mufassirin says that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, it's to show and to emphasize the benefit and the blessings in those things. So just by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swearing by wal asr, it's for us to take heed and to take note that there's many blessings and many things that we can, learn in managing our time. What I also want to say is that if you look at the fundamentals and the foundations of Islam, also it teaches us time management. If you look at Salah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that verily Salah has been prescribed upon my ummah in a fixed time. So that fixed time there means that it doesn't matter if you do any action at any given time, but what matters is that you do the action in the fit, suitable time, so that it carries weight on you.
All right, that was a very good extraction and a very good point. Thank you very much. Brothers, if you could share your thoughts on the connection between your religion and time management. Go ahead.
There's a hadith of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that he is reported to have said, take advantage of 5 matters before another 5 matters, before other 5 matters. Your youth before you become old, that's the first, and then your
leisure,
your free time
before you become preoccupied, and then your life before your death, and your wealth before you become poor, and your health before you become sick. Yes. And according to this hadith, that our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has also teaches from the very beginning that it is important for us to take advantage of the time pertaining to these matters, these 5 matters.
All right, that was a very good point you mentioned there. All right, so brothers, if you can give me some good ways we can manage our time.
I think the best way is what you just said, that you that you organize your time with the prayers.
With the prayers.
And I myself, I do it too, and I found it's like the most blessed way. Or you have a fixed organization, and I think this is the best.
This is the best.
The best way of organization.
All right. Thanks for your thoughts on that. How about you, brother?
I would say that we should try and split our time into chunks, and after splitting it, we should prioritize. You should, you should see what is more important and what is less important. What needs to be done now, like Salah, reciting your Quran, reading your word, reading your adhkar, that's first, and then after that comes your nap and your eating and anything other than that. Also, if you look, planning ahead, for example, you shouldn't just wake up today and say, oh no, I want to do that. You should be like last night already, last week already, you're like, okay, next week inshallah I'm planning to do that, because Islam teaches us to plan ahead and to, to organize, to be organized down.
All right, that's a very good point. Now I want to get to this side, but before we do that, we're going to take a short break, so stay tuned.
Perfect, my alliance, and I praise. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanallah, how perfect you are, Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah is my trustee. Your mercy is what I beseech.
Abdurrahman.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Now people who have their own personal vendetta would come and say, Wahhabi Sheikh, super Salafi or Salafi or whatever. Why? They try to label us so that they would think that they would gain more and more followers where they can eat from them when they give them the money. Ask Islam, should we perform wudu after eating mutton meat, after eating sheep meat? And the Prophet said, if you wish, it's not a must. And then he asked him again, he said, okay, do we have to perform wudu after eating camel's meat? And the Prophet said, yes. You're not giving it to him because he has black eyes or blue eyes. You're giving it to him because of his position. And that is why you're giving it to this particular department's head rather than giving it to the HR GM, for example. Nobody gives the HR GM anything because they don't want anything from him until they want a job. Therefore, this is the way you can judge whether it's a bribe or not. We go out of our way to follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, to teach it to the people, to implement it in our lives, in our families, in our neighbors. We love the Prophet ﷺ, but when it comes to what he has himself said, that his father and his mother are in hell, what do you want me to do?
Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test.
Huda TV's social media sites are the best way to contact us from anywhere around the world. Stay connected with Huda TV's latest news and programs through Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Skype, and Instagram. It's fast and easy. Stay up to date with your favorite shows and scholars today. Huda TV, a light in every home.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah.
Welcome back to Let's Talk. Now before the break, we were speaking about different ways which we can manage our time. So brother, if I can ask you guys, give me some methods that we can that can help us organize our time.
I think most important is to write it down first.
Okay, make a planner. Very good.
Yes, if I don't write it down, it just will end up like I forgot, or I was willing to do such and such, but if I didn't write it down and make it visible like a sticky note on my PC, my phone, that I would never do it.
Yeah.
Write it down first, and then make that the kind of schedule to do that upon the priorities, as my brother just mentioned here, and upon what is most important to do it first.
All right, that's a very good one. Brother, can you share some of your methods?
Well, my method would be like, I think all of my brothers have mentioned here.
Yeah. Combination of all, writing it down.
Mostly about planning for what are the things and achievements that I want to do, what are the goals. The most important thing that we have to think, what is the priority, yes, the priority that between the things that we are going to do. Yeah.
Something I personally like doing is I like to pre-plan. Like for example, I'll have an idea in my head what I want to accomplish throughout the year, throughout the academic year. So I'll say in my head, okay, I want to finish these 5-10 books. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'll have it in my head what I want to accomplish. Then I break it down into months. So I say, okay, well before the midterm, I want to read these 4 books, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. I'll have certain things I want to accomplish, and then I keep breaking it down. You know, then I go to months. So what I want to do throughout this month, but it all goes back to my, you know, my major plan that's in my head that I want to complete this many things by the end of the year. What do you guys think on that?
You must be a good student.
I'm hoping so.
I think that way you will actually see the benefits of jotting your plans down, because at the end of the year you will see how much of things you have really achieved, and that will make you want to do more. It won't make you like, how can I say, oh, I didn't, even if you didn't finish one or two things, it doesn't
still
matter.
feel accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay, what about things like social media or television that get into your daily plans? So for example, I wanted to do certain things throughout the day, but I opened the TV for 5 minutes and I ended up sitting there for 2 hours. How can I, you know, avoid things like that?
I would say that we should make, because of the time that we're living in, we should make our social media, our Facebook, our Twitter, we should make it a part of the list of the plans. I think that's one of the best things to do. Even if it's like just 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and then it's better than, you know, sitting for an hour and not knowing how long you're on Facebook. Another way is to log off after that 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you know, log off the site. Or if you can't log off, then put it on silent. So that when you're busy with something, when you're reading a book or you're studying, you don't get disturbed by a ping or something, you know.
Yeah, and then you check, oh, who sent that notification?
Yeah,
somebody just liked my picture.
And we should also try and make social media a means of, how can I say, a means of education. We should try and learn through it. We shouldn't make it a means of, like, how can I say, I'm tired now, I'm going to relax on Facebook. We should learn through it. If there's a page that we can learn through, a reminder or hadith a day, we should use the social media in that way. That way it will benefit
So use
us.
it to our benefits. Yeah, see, I like the point where you mentioned about the self-control that, you know, after the 15 minutes that you give yourself that social media, you need to, you know, put it away, make sure it's on silent, because that's where people mess up. They allow themselves for the 10-15 minutes, and then, you know, okay, now let me go back to studying, and as soon as your phone goes, you know, it makes a noise, and you're like, oh, wow, notification, you know, that's that self-control. Brother Ibrahim, what do you think?
I think this is one of the biggest problems of the youth in our times, and I think if, you know, usually most of the youth, they cannot stop. They don't have the self-control. They can't say, I will make it 15 minutes and then finish. So this, if you recognize it for yourself that you can't stop, then maybe you should just feel that this thing is taking your time and that this thing is not useful for you. Even if you, sometimes you see a lot of brothers, they just watch small videos and read some small things, and at the end of time he doesn't even recognize nothing from it. So sometimes this it will be
no benefit at all. He just sat there watching 2 hours and
so
people pranking each other on the videos. And
so I think sometimes this is a way the shaitan is coming too, and he's telling you you just you don't just waste your time on Facebook, but you're reading some hadith and you're watching some small videos, but at the end of time you don't recognize nothing. Oh, you didn't learn anything.
You don't remember anything. That
so maybe if you feel that, maybe you just cut it down
completely.
If you have the strength and self-control.
All right, thank you for your thoughts on that. If I can go to you guys, you know, what can you tell me, what are some good ways that I can avoid these things, these obstacles that come, like watching TV or social media?
Well, for me, instance, I'm having a lot of problems with social media.
That's a good confession.
Confession, yeah. Well, but when it comes to, for instance, the exam weeks, or not the exam weeks, as a student,
exam day.
As a student, we have to learn every day, right? And when it comes to the study, I always picture my mom and my father. They're
really mad at you, right?
Because I was being sent here, and with the trust to learn here. And every time I remember them, I straight away cut all the social media, and I think that's my method. Yeah.
That's your method.
Yeah.
Just remember your parents.
Just remember my parents, and
He's on his phone and he's like,
That's a powerful self-reminder, by the way.
Self-reminder, yeah.
It's very powerful. For me, I think like, yes, social media is one of the most dangerous distractors in our life when it comes to time, specifically. And I have another confession here. I'm a Facebook addict.
How about you two? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, but I think when I have a project, I'm working on something that is like I have a deadline to deliver some kind of projects, etc. When I work, and Facebook is just like, open Facebook like without subconsciously, if I can say. But when I do have something serious and I have to shut this down, not to open Facebook every now and then, I just disconnect internet.
Disconnect
like the data or the wireless in my home, and then okay, I will not open Facebook until I finish what I need to be delivering or to be doing.
Alright,
so it's not that self-reminder, yes, but it can work sometimes.
Me personally,
Yes.
I end up using my Facebook every time before I go to sleep. Like usually, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep at 7 or 8 or whatever time I set my schedule. And then I'm like, all right, let me just check my Facebook before I go to sleep. Then I look at the time, like, oh man, 8:30. I said I was going to sleep half an hour ago. You know what happened? But a good way, I think, to do it is, you know, you set a certain time that you're going to check it once a day. Because a lot of people message you, and you have friends, you know, from different countries.
You need to communicate.
Yeah, you need to communicate with them. So me personally, I can't cut it off completely. So what I'll do, I'll check it once a day or twice a day. And what I think is like people who have the app end up wasting more time on it, because I have the app. When the app wasn't there, you know, it was a lot easier. You know, you just you have to log into a computer, and you can't check it at school. You can't check it, you know, anywhere. So now, you know, you set yourself a certain time to check your social media. Also, when it comes to like television and stuff during the weekdays and stuff, I don't watch it at all. And what I'd
you can see, like, if our discussion we just focused on social media more than the TV.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of trending, especially on the youth. Like they use social media more than the TV.
More than everything, you watch everything online. So all you need is the internet.
Yes.
You don't need TV.
One app, everything.
Yeah. Your computer does everything. Now your cell phone does everything. So if you have a smartphone, it does everything.
That's why it's very dangerous distraction.
And then, go ahead.
I think we have to train ourselves to have this kind of self-control.
Yeah.
To limit ourselves. Yeah, self-reminder. Yeah, just as me. We have to train ourselves so that we can limit from like surfing the internet or checking the apps, Facebook.
And also another thing, when you do check it, at least get some benefit. Like Brother Abdullah said, you know, have you know, like those pages on Facebook where it's the daily reminders for hadith and you know this and that. So at least you see it on your newsfeed. Also, another thing you can do is before your exam period, you can deactivate your Facebook, and it's just a temporary deactivation. All you do is deactivate it, so you don't have no notifications to bother you. You don't have any updates, nothing to look at, and then you reactivate it right after exams. And
but just make sure to tell your friend before you do that.
I'll be deactivating my
I'm leaving, guys.
Okay, what about laziness, you know, and procrastination, you know, putting things off for later? How do you think that affects your plans, and how can we overcome that?
I think that firstly, we should, it starts in the morning. When we wake up, we should implement the dua that the Prophet ﷺ taught us. We said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazn. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I seek refuge in you from sorrowness and sadness. Wa a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasal. And I seek refuge in you, O Allah, from weakness and laziness. So if we say this in the morning and the night, then if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our dua, then our day will go smoothly. Another way we can do it is, like we said earlier on, sleep early in order to wake up early, so that we can get that full barakah, the full blessings of the morning, because the Prophet ﷺ asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the barakah for his ummah in the early mornings, which is after Fajr till about before Dhuhr. Maybe we should watch how we eat.
Okay, I'm just going to have you hold your thought again. I'm sorry, it's on you. We have a phone call from Nadif from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, brother Arkam. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm fine, brother Arkam. I've been watching the show, and it is amazing, because it is what we need. This is a timely topic. Definitely, whoever doesn't organize his time, he is a loser. You will never achieve anything in this world until you are a good time manager. So especially youth, the main cause of our problem is the lack of time management. As you can see, whoever is successful in this world, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, if you go down to his background, if you check his background, you will see that he organizes his time. So we should do the same. Especially we Muslims in Quran will see how Allah put a lot of emphasis on time management. We can see in more than many surah, Allah starts with mentioning the time, like wal asr, wal duha, wal layl. This to show you the importance of time in the life of Muslims. Because you can't achieve anything in this world. You can't achieve anything, whether in this world or related to the hereafter, until you manage your time in a good manner. Thank you very much for the show, and may Allah grant you all the success and more power to you. Thank you very much, Brother Arkan.
Ameen. Okay, first I want to thank you, Brother Nadif, for calling in, and I want to also thank you for watching this show. And I want to also thank you again for sharing your thoughts on the show with us here in the studio and with the viewers watching the show. There was some very good points you mentioned there. Two mainly that I really liked. One that he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the Quran says, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ. He mentions certain times, and it just shows you each time that he's swearing by, a different time or time itself. It just shows you the importance. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by it, must be, how when we swear, we say, Wallahi, we only swear by God, which is, the greatest thing to us. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He swears by important things that He created. So that's a very good point he mentioned. So I want to get back to you, brother. This is the second time a phone call came on when you were speaking. So you were saying about setting a schedule to eat.
Yeah, we should. I was saying that we should watch what we eat. We shouldn't eat before learning times. We shouldn't eat before we sleep. We shouldn't eat too much fatty things, because all of those things, it affects you and it causes you to be lazy. We should make it our duty to work out or exercise regularly.
So do you work out?
Yeah, I play soccer. I play soccer. Sayyidina Umar, he says that "Allimu awladakum al-rimaya." We should teach our children archery, or ركوب الخيل, or horse riding, or sibaha, or swimming. So either of the three, it's beneficial to not be lazy and things like that.
All right, that's a very good point. Brother Ibrahim, if you can share some points.
No, it's very good. It's prevention for being lazy. Is I think one of the most important thing. For example, you wake up in early time and you use the barakah, you use the blessings of the morning, and you just manage your time on which was Allah made obligatory for you. So for example, the prayers, and if you have this time, if you make it, so you will have inshallah more blessing in your time.
And that's a very good point you mentioned, because once you get up to pray or pray 5 times throughout the day, that also takes away from your laziness, because you're like, oh, I don't want to pray right now. But then you have to do it. So you get up and you go do wudu, and then you pray. So that's a very good point. It helps you.
This is alhamdulillah what I like in Egypt, because you hear the adhan, and then iqamah will be like after 15 minutes, and you don't have no time just to chill or something. Because in Germany, for example, we say, now it's adhan, okay, then
we got time.
We got time now. But here you can pray in the jama'ah, in the masjid, and this is very, alhamdulillah, I like it very much.
We do the same thing. We go, this one's maghrib, we only have 45 minutes.
See, but what I wanted to say is, if you are lazy, in the time you just find yourself being lazy, so maybe you can do something. For example, myself, I make wudu.
Yeah.
If I find myself being lazy, I just make wudu. Then inshallah,
freshens you up, and
it fresh you up, and you come back inshallah.
All right.
Do your things.
Thanks for your thoughts on that. If I can go here, brother, can you share me some thoughts on how to avoid laziness?
Okay, I don't know this method is gonna be good or it's gonna work out, but
you can give it to us. It's your thoughts.
Well, if I feel lazy, for instance, of course we are human. We cannot avoid the laziness. This is part of our characters, right? And when I feel lazy, I do the opposite thing. Like for instance, when it comes to study time, I study and I read. I feel lazy that time, and then I do the opposite things, which is that I go to study, I go to read, and it works for me.
Right.
For me, do the opposite things.
That's your method.
Yeah,
you
my method. Yeah, I don't know whether this is going to be work out.
Work for everybody.
Yeah, work for everybody. Yeah.
Like you want to sleep,
You say
play
eat.
football.
No. That's another thing.
No, but it's a good thing, right? Because some people like, I want to sleep all the time, all the day.
Okay, you got to find that. You got to
want
find
to sleep. So do the opposite of it, just to make yourself energetic and.
Yeah.
Truly agree with you.
I think exercising and what you eat plays a very good part, and those
Yes.
are 2 points that he mentioned there. Because
Food
you know,
and-
if you wake up in the morning, you know, pray your morning prayer and just do some light exercises, it gets the blood flowing, and you don't eat too much, because once you eat so much, then that makes you lazy. Like if I'm full, I'm just gonna sit there. I don't feel like doing anything, you know. But if you just eat the right amount, what the Prophet ﷺ has told us to eat, you know, 1/3 food, 1/3 for water, and 1/3 for air within our stomachs. If you just follow that simple rule, you know, you constantly feel energetic, and you can eat throughout the day, but just that right amount. So unfortunately, you know, we're out of time for tonight's program. I want to thank you guys for joining us here and sharing your thoughts with us here in the studio and with the viewers. And I want to thank you, dear viewers, for watching this program. I hope you guys benefited from tonight's program. Also, check out our Facebook page. We have a new Facebook page for Let's Talk program. It's facebook.com/Let's Talk Official. I hope you guys benefited from tonight's program. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Perfect my Allah is, and I praise Him. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah, how perfect you are, Allah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanallah. How perfect you are, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. I'm calling your name, Allah. I call you, I need you, Allahu Akbar, Allah. Your mercy is